I'm Stacey and welcome to my Book Nook. And today we're going to be doing my TBR for August. But this time, it's not going to be our usual pick and mix TBR. It's going to be the Magical Readathon Autumn Equinox TBR, which is hosted by G from Book Roast. So, this is going to be quite in depth. So I am going to do my calling from it, which is Master of Elements, and for this I need to study 5 different things, and there's prompts for each one, but some of them I need to do 2 or 3 prompts per subject. So it's quite a lot. I'm a little bit intimidated, but I'm hoping that it will be okay. I'm hoping that I'll manage to just manage to get through them all, because it means there is 8 prompts and I have to read them all. So let's get into it. So the first subject is Elemental Studies, and I have to do 3 prompts for this one. And the first one is the prompt Earth in title. For this one, I've decided to, it's not really stretching it. You'll see. I'm going to go with a Wizard of Earthsea. I mean, it's got Earth right there. Technically the word is Earthsea, but I'm going to take it. And this is a classic fantasy by Ursula K. LeGuin. And I'll just read you the back. Now, I never know how to say this. I think it's Ged, not Jed. I think it's Ged. Ged enters wizard school to learn the rules of magic. Headstrong and naive, he accidentally unleashes a terrible shadow creature into the world. To correct the balance, he must face and destroy the shadow, whatever the cost. Ged's quest takes him to the farthest corner of Earthsea, a land of fearsome dragons, jealous wizards, darkness and light, where he will meet his destiny. So this is the first in a series as well, but we'll see how this one goes first. Right. So yeah, first one is a Wizard of Earthsea. And then, oh no. Okay, so the next prompt for this, because I've got 3 prompts, was over 500 pages. Yeah. I've got 8 books to read and one of the prompts is over 500 pages. Perfect. I don't have a book in particular in mind for this one. I've got a couple of different ones. The first one is actually on my priority TBR, I believe, which is Gilded by Marissa and Meyer, which is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. And it's been out for so long and I just need to read it. So that's what I'm thinking. So that one is over 500 pages. Another one I could do is Little Thieves by Margaret, Owen, or Jade City by Fonda, Leigh. And those are both fantasies. Little Thieves is another fairy tale retelling, and Jade City is a kind of Asian inspired mob fantasy, which sounds really cool. We'll see how it goes, to be honest. I did put Wheel of Time on here, but that's not happening. No, that's not happening. Not with 8 books to read. Okay, so that's that one. Then we've got Snake on the cover. And that one I also haven't got any particular book. Wait, no, yes I do. Okay. Bear with me here. I could have chosen something like Serpent and Dove, which definitely has a snake. I could have chosen Stone Blind for Medusa's hair. I could have chosen Ninth House. What I'm going with is a bit tenuous, but man, I want to read it, so hopefully you'll see what I mean. So I'm going with threads that bind. Right, you're gonna have to look closely. But this here, this green, I'm sure that's a snake. It looks like a snake body. Just up here, snake body. There's definitely a crocodile there. And there's like something else down there. But like this bit here and up there, it's totally a snake body. Yeah, I'm going with it. There's a snake. I'm trying to see if there actually is any way that I can see a snake head, but yeah, I'm just going to say it's a snake. And I'm going to read this. And if you don't know what this is, I'm going to link you my Fairy Loot unboxing, because it was in that, but not this one. It's this one here. So I'll link you that, because I'm super excited about it. And it's going on there. Okay, so the next one is number 2, which was the class is shapeshifting. I only have one prompt for this one, and the prompt is a book with vampires. So I have for you Cruel Illusions by Margie Fuston, and this one is over 500 pages, but I don't have many books with vampires, so it's going to be this one. And I'll just read you this. Ever since a vampire murdered her mother, Ava has been determined to get revenge, but 10 years later, having survived foster home after foster home, and without a single sighting of a vampire, Ava has begun to lose hope. That is until she stumbles across a hidden magic show where she witnesses impossible illusions. The magicians may not be the bloodsuckers she's hunting, but Ava is convinced something supernatural is afoot. When she sneaks backstage to catch them in acts they can't explain, the magicians reveal they're part of an ancient secret society that possesses true magic, and that Ava has the same power in her blood that they do. If she joins them as their apprentice, they promise to give her the power she needs to avenge her mother. But there's a catch. If Ava wants to keep the magic they offer, she needs to prove she's worthy of it. And to do so, she must put on the performance of her life in a sinister and dangerous competition where illusion and reality blur, and the only way out is to win or die. So, this is Ava. She's got a stake, so I'm going to presume that there's probably a vampire or two in here. Especially seeing as she's meant to be, like, hunting vampires. It also says it's a cross between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Caraval. That makes sense. So, I would assume that that's correct. Right, so number 3. The third one is Animal Studies, and I have one prompt for this, and it is a pet pic. So you get to see Peanut. However, I've already filmed this. She's very, very quick. She was very quick. She wanted those treats more than anything. And I'm not great with a camera on her just yet. So, enjoy the footage. Here you go. While Peanut's otherwise occupied, I'll just say now, so we're going to be doing the pet pic, and this treat here is going to be for Saga. This treat in the middle is going to be for Galatea by Madeline Miller, and then this treat here is going to be for Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. So let's see what she does. Okay, let's see what she gets. Peanut! Let's see what she goes for. Oh, that. So, Peanut went straight for. Which one was it now? I think it was Saga. Good job. Good job, girl. Okay, so you will have seen that Peanut picked Saga for me. I think I might be on volume 8. I'll double check that and put it in editing. But yeah, she picked Saga. I'm happy because that's going to be nice and short. And if you didn't know, really, really, really briefly, Saga is like a sci-fi fantasy, and it's following this family who are from two sides of the war. Essentially, they're each from a different species in the same war, and lots of people are out to get them, and it's their adventures, and I really enjoy it, so I'm quite happy about this one. The next one we have is astronomy, and for that I believe I only have one prompt again. Oh yeah, sorry, just checking my list. These are my notes, so it's mental. So astronomy was to go on Spotify, to check the last song played, and then pick a word and pick a book with that word in the title. So I'll pop in the video now. Okay, so you'll have seen that the song that I last played was Something Happened on the Way to Heaven by Phil Collins. Now, this prompt, in fact, is actually harder than it looks, because I don't have a book with Something Happened or Heaven in the title. At least I don't think so. Maybe I should just check out. Okay, so I do take that back because I do have one, and that is The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom, but I've read that, so I don't really fancy reading it again, although it is a good book. Feel free to read it. I recommend. So I kind of went with like to and the and on, and for my book club we're going to be reading The Switch by Beth O'Leary, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the word the because I can. It's not quite as interesting as the others, but I need to read this anyway, and I had to put it on this TBR somehow, so here it is. So this one is a romance, and it is about Lena and Eileen. That might get confusing. Okay, so it says, after blowing a big presentation at work, Lena takes a 2-month sabbatical and escapes to her grandmother Eileen's house for some overdue rest. Eileen is newly single and about to turn 80. She'd like a second chance at love, but her tiny Yorkshire village doesn't offer many eligible gentlemen. A life swap seems the perfect option. But with a rabble of unruly OAPs to contend with, as well as the distractingly handsome local school teacher, Lena learns that switching lives isn't straightforward. In London, Eileen is a huge hit with her new neighbours and with the online dating scene, but is her perfect match nearer to home than she first thought. So that's that one. I'm intrigued. I've read a Beth O'Leary before and didn't vibe with some of the writing, with one of the perspectives. So I'm fingers crossed that this one I will actually enjoy. I hope. Okay, so now we're on to the last one, and I've got 2 prompts for this one. The first one is nice and easy. It's start a book before bed. And what I want to do with this one is just read something really, really short. Just do it before bed. So I'm thinking I might read Galatea by Madeline Miller. So this is a retelling of the myth of Galatea, I really can't tell you much about it. I'm pretty sure Galatea was a woman who was made like from a statue. That's all I know, and I think it'll be interesting. It's only about 50 pages, so I can read it before bed, absolutely no problem. And the last book, the last prompt that I have on here is oldest book on TBR. Now I think you can interpret this a couple of ways. So one way you can interpret it is a book that you've had on your TBR for the longest amount of time, or you can put it as like literally the oldest book. So I've got a couple of options. Technically I don't own this one, but it is really old and I want to read it, and it's short, so I think it will work really well. And that is Fall of the House of Usher. It was published in 1839, and I think it's Edgar Allan Poe, correct me if I'm wrong. But it's short and I want to read it. So there's that one. Now, one of the oldest books that I own that it's not a, well, it is a classic, but it's a recent, like a more recent classic, is this one that I wanted to read for a really long time, and it was out of print, and it's now gone back in print, and that is The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. I saw the film of this growing up, and I loved it. It's one of my childhood films that I watched a lot with my sister. So I really want to get to this one, but I'll see how it goes, because I might need a shorter one than this. So, the back says, living in peace in her lilac wood, the unicorn didn't know the world had changed, or that anything had happened to the rest of her kind. Overhearing a chance conversation, she resolves to venture out and discover the truth. The road is dangerous and the risks are great. If she fails, the unicorns will be lost forever. Yeah, so this was published in 1968, so it's not nearly as old as 1839, but it's old enough, I think, compared to all the other ones that I've said, which were like 2000s and later, I think. Oh no, wait, take it back, Wizard of Earthsea is older than that. Never mind. So yeah, it's another classic fantasy. Or Fall of the House of Usher, which might be something different. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go with yet, but that is a little bit more of a vague TBR than normal, but that's how it is. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. And also, which one do you think I should pick for the 500 plus pages? Because I've got too many. Another option also is The Lies of Locke, Lamora. And then we've got Gilded, Little Thieves, Jade City. So many. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!